The fight for the upper brackets, the fight to secure that upper brackets, that second life in the playoffs later on. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cavalry and the Sky Kings will be clashing in the Land of Dawn today. And we welcome you into game number 1 in this best of 3 series.
Mobile Legends.
Let's see, spell check here. It's going to be all Flicker from the side of Fnatic Onic. They're not worried with the Terrifies and the Eternal's Guard knock-up. Seems like, hey, we just want to engage you or disengage from you.
Yeah, that could be a problem though. Remember, with the Flicker on CW, it means that he is going to be vulnerable to a lot of the CC that TLID have, and they have quite a bit. Aran can CC them in a lot of these team fights at the final slash. Witty has a targeted skill, and he has kill. This is the whole reason they went for the Vexana pick. That Terrified to disengage, and so far, so good. Fnatic Onic getting the early lead with the Lethal Wanderer, and a little bit of an invade. Let's take a look at the emblems by IndyHome, by Telkom Cell. Thrill for Oran, actually going for a pretty aggressive build here. Bottom side of the map though.
Gank, 2v1, Retribution committed as well, and CW will not even waste his Flicker. He knows that he will be going down without clearing the cart away.
That's so uncharacteristic of CW, dying to a gank like that, especially after seeing that Kyrie went to invade. There was no Nolan to be seen up top. He should 100% been in the bottom side of the map and even in the mid lane.
Good Law and Order, Sansdal and Keyboard with the help of Kyrie finds a revenge. Kyrie picks up a kill, and that will be Fnatic Onic starting to establish some sort of a lead.
Pretty good by Fnatic Onic. They're able to respond over to a kill down below. You can see that this is a debut pick, funnily enough, for Keyboy on the Kaja. We usually see him on the Kaja a lot. This season, not too much. Aran?
The knockup good onwards as well, and that will lock him down with the help of Sans. That's the green light for Fnatic Onic to some sort of have an advantage right in that turtle fight.
Yeah, it definitely is an advantage for them. One member down, they don't have the proper setup for TLID. And it looks like Kyrie was at level 5 first. But no, Fnatic Onic, oh, okay, there you go. They're starting up the turtle here.
Definitely here, the first neutral objective will go to the yellow porcupines.
Okay, absolutely no contest from Team Liquid ID. And we're going to see whether or not they're going to be able to find a trade, right? Because when you lose the objectives like that in the early game, surely we do usually see some trades either from pickoffs that... But the fact is, Fnatic Onic, they have been the ones holding on control of these pickoffs as well. So wait a second.
Order of Brilliance now, popped already, that's info. TLID though, they will not pull the trigger to engage CW more.
Look at that talent prediction.
2v4.
2v4. Oh, Rez. That's a knock-up on towards 1, and that will be the Divine Judgment on towards Weedy as well. Now, will he survive with the Glorious Pathway? The answer is no, as Kyrie and Rez was able to deal enough damage to take the horse down.
Well played to Fnatic Onic, isolating TLID 1 by 1, getting Witty. And Kyrie is already a level ahead. TLID so far, though, were able to actually look for trades. Keyboy.
2v1. Still able to sustain, though. That's what I'm talking about, right? The lock on towards Witty without the horsey, that's a quantity win for Fnatic Onic.
And now it comes back to both these teams just really going for the setups again. For TLID, this is not unnatural. For them, this is how they actually play the game most of the time. That's what you saw in the stats earlier. It's a good Lord percentage for Mr. Fabian, but the turtle percentage, number 7. Really pretty bad, actually, for junglers, but for TLID, they almost never contest for the first turtle unless they are sure that they have a winning matchup in the trio mid. This time around, it's more likely just going to be a mirror matchup for TLID. They're just going to try to mirror a lot of the movements from Fnatic Onic.
Oh, Flicker, Divine Judgments! And that will be Aaron Shiki almost surviving! He survives! That's an outplay! With the Shaman Force and the Purify, he will not go down.
That should have been a short kill over onto Aaron Shiki. And he didn't just retreat, he went back in, dealt a little bit more damage. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to clear, but still, TLID, they were able to evade that pickoff strat coming in from Fnatic Onic.
Oh, they're setting up. Sans.
3v2, that's a good Law and Order, and Keyboy has to fall. TLID pre-turtle. I think that's a green light, right? Fnatic Onic, will they contest though without Keyboy, let's say? Glorious Pathway finds still, good Law and Order, and Kyrie receives a lot of damage. In the backside, Sans re-hitting, but does it matter? Rez goes down as well as Kyrie very low, but he will be stunned, and Fabian Flavor Fay finds the double.
That's a 2-0 trade, ladies and gentlemen. Yeskiel has bought them enough time. Unfortunately, though, CW is still in the mix and they will not be able to commit over to the turtle. But I don't think that was what Fnatic Onic expected at all. And to top it all off, to make things worse, Aaron Shiki gets a turret in the bottom lane.
Super intelligent by TLID. Even after getting the pick in the bottom lane, or actually baiting a lot of the resources, they went straight to mid, but they didn't go for turtle. They cleared mid, played around what is the natural formula of the game, which is after baiting resources, clearing mid, you would go turtle. They waited in the bush for Keyboy, got Keyboy, and then they went to the turtle again. They threw a curveball at Fnatic Onic with the turtle. They instead went for Kyrie. They did not go for the neutral objectives, and this is what is special for TLID. They always use the neutral objectives as a bait to force fights. That was a massive win because CW had to rotate, and Aaron Shiki showing us that he doesn't have to rely on that team fight participation. He can get turrets as well.
Yours not by pop though. Neutral objective take. Let's see as Kyrie finds the comfortable retribution. Rondo isolated. Good final slash, but he will fall, and that will be Fnatic Onic finding the better trade.
Yeah, the retaliation coming through for Fnatic Onic. It didn't look like Fabian was also in a position to go in for the contest, despite him being a level lead earlier on against Kyrie, but here we are.
Another engage potentially. Weedy and Yeskiel quite low, but that will be Fnatic Onic just buying time for this turret top lane to be taken care of. Fnatic Onic slowly but surely recovering.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, Divine Judgment will shut Fabian down. Another trade for the Sky Kings.
That's the combo, the Kaja plus the Lunox. Not the usual combo we see. Kaja carry is what we usually see, but with the Lunox now coming back in the meta, it certainly is a scary combination that TLID have to respect. Fabian walked out a bit too aggressive, got shut down, and if CW continues to scale like this, it's going to be troublesome for TLID.
It is. They already have a 1.8k gold lead. Okay, a little bit of attitude coming through. But at the end of the day, Fabian is still going to try and pick up that purple buff. And it gets stolen by Keyboy.
Keyboy? Fabian using the retry early. Are the nerves getting to Flavor Fay to the Usurper? That was a strange retry.
I mean, they are battling in the face. This is the first time that they've met.
Yep.
Right? They are battling in the face of the back-to-back-to-back-to-back champions as rookies here on the MPLID stage. I wouldn't blame him if he had the jitters.
Let's take a look at the items. He is actually still ahead of Kyrie despite not getting the purple buff. Those 4 kills are playing a big part of why he's still ahead. But the fact that Kyrie is still able to match up while being 3 kills behind is pretty impressive. Good pathing all around. CW rushing to the Holy Crystal. That is the second item. Rez.
He's checking, sees a lot of damage, but that's a good onward. And with the suppression, the horsey will fall again. 5v4! That's a good final slash for Kyrie. The backside is a lot of damage, but Sunsplit goes out of the way as Aaron Shiki stuck, isolated, and Ron will fall as well. That's another trade for Fnatic Onic.
Yeah, that's a 1v3 trade. This is super in favor of Fnatic Onic. And unfortunately, with that power spike hitting on for CW earlier on, that Holy Crystal damage was enough to really dish out the damage into the front lines. Weedy was taken down. Aran had absolutely no chance. And now, Fnatic Onic, what do they do with this advantage, right? What do they do with this lead?
Well, they just keep it. They don't need to be rushing into anything. They're actually a composition that will outscale TLID too. TLID, their power spike will hit in the mid-game. If they don't utilize that mid-game power, it's going to be tough, actually, for TLID. Fnatic Onic, again, with CW. Brilliance gets out. He can scale all he wants. The later the game goes, the more it favors the Sky Kings.
That's a lock on towards Keyboy. It's a good knockup by the Eternal's Guard. Fnatic Onic reposition. That will be Fnatic Onic trying to reset. We call from Suns. What will TLID do with the 5v4? In the meantime, Fabian is trying to deal out some sort of damage on towards the Lord. Will they commit? Good stun on towards Rez. Final slash does not connect. Lord's pathway! Aaron Shiki taken down. Traded for CW, and Weedy will fall as well. Fnatic Onic now trying to catch some more bodies. Good reposition. Aran jumping in again. He will fall in the hands of Kyrie. That's a knockup. That's a double from Rez, and now the Lord will be taken care of.
Well played to Fnatic Onic. Keyboy's targeting as crisp as we usually know his Kaja is, man. Getting the Divine Judgment onto Aaron Shiki in a clumped up composition like that, clumped up position like that. Really cool stuff. We got our main man analyst man streaming as well, Mr. Bay or no, KB.
KV, Prof.
Kabe?
Professor KB.
Mr. The Future? Keyboy? Keyboy? Look at him, so chill.
He doesn't notice yet.
No.
There you
He's
go.
analyzing, bro.
Go. Hey. Whoa.
Ada gua. That's what he said. Huh? It's me. I'm there. Nice flex.
Okay.
It's
Wow.
okay. Mirko has like a million of those.
Hey.
But anyway, 5,400 gold lead now for Fnatic Onic. As again, that discipline, it really just shows the experience that Fnatic Onic have had over the years, over the seasons, and it's displaying here against TLID. What do TLID do here? Do they have a chance to come back? Is Aaron Shiki still a winning condition that they can utilize?
It's going to be really tough. I don't think so. I think it's already a very tough game here. Their clear isn't that good either. Fnatic Onic honestly can force the end at this point, even with the first Lord, as long as Keyboy gets Aaron Shiki. If he doesn't, then they can obviously just play the discipline route. They have a 6,000 gold lead. Fnatic Onic almost never throw a lead like this, so it'll be very tough. Keyboy, you can already see him hovering over, but in the end, they know that to actually force it. They can, but they choose not to.
No flicker from Keyboy, so there was no point in trying to find the engage. Maybe now with the flicker,
Keyboy?
they are trying to look for that flicker, Divine Judgment on towards Heck. Maybe Weedy. Is it a worth it trade? Arguable, but as long as Fnatic Onic finds the right trade, they are just maintaining their control.
I mean, in the face of CW at this point, right? I think he should be able to burst him down. What's his item at? Holy Crystal, and then does he have a next item? Does he have Divine Glaive, maybe?
Yeah, the point is anyone who gets caught by the Divine Judgment is dead. He actually went for Blood Wings, and now he's on the way to Divine Glaive. So it really doesn't matter. With the Divine Glaive, without the Divine Glaive right now, they're already in a position where they're 7,000 gold ahead. So even the frontliners of TLID can't really tank that damage. Fnatic Onic can go for it.
But what about now? Because TLID usually in this position, they always go for the macro play. Do they have a hero that can play that macro play?
Unfortunately, no. No, they don't. Really, no. I don't think so. TLID is more of a team fighting comp this time around.
Yeah.
The Nolan can go for a little bit of the split pushes, but I don't think this is a good position for the Nolan. Everyone in Fnatic Onic can 1v1 him. Rez can hold him off. Sans should be able to win in the 1v1. CW too. And Kyrie, they have many ways. Kyrie's just ahead at this point. Look at that. Already building towards a BOD on the Roger. Dreadnought armor and the robe to the Thunderbelt immortality for Rez. Playing with the components to get as tanky as possible to enable Kyrie, Sans, and Chewe.
Chewe has a Divine Glaive.
Boom. That's the power spike right there.
Spells problem for Weedy, who has the Athena, so it doesn't matter if you have magical resist, you will still be able to be bursted down.
This is a problem, right? I mean, I guess Aaron Shiki already has that Holy Crystal. But at this point, if Fnatic Onic have those defense items, will his damage even matter?
Oh, let's see. TLID, what will they go for here? What's the loophole? What's the window? Glorious pathway. Oh, Raz very low with the mortality pop now. But terrifying. The right side! Aaron Shiki finds some free hits, but Weedy will still fall. Fnatic Onic 4v4 without Rez, without Weedy. Tank liners or frontliners deleted. Fnatic Onic and TLID, they will take this Lord slow.
That was a 1-for-1 trade, but remember, Fnatic Onic, Keyboy, he didn't use his resources yet. So TLID are in a position of a disadvantage.
Oh, Flicker Divine Judgment will lock her on down. And that will be CW using the Flicker to reposition Loud Lord. Will be reset. TLID, they have lost another member. Fnatic Onic, they're again taking their time to take the mute.
Yeah, they don't really need to rush. Again, they have a 7,000 gold lead, and the fact that they keep on trading 1-for-1. Oh, We set the Lord one more time. Witty is rotated. Fabian.
Oh, finding the flanks. Sans with the glorious pathway will try to lock some members down. Fabian finds a retribution, but Sans will find the trade. Aaron Cheeky free hitting. Dancing. Aaron Cheeky, can he stop this guy? He finds the double though. He will be taken out. Sans and CW. Can they make it work? The CW finds a revenge and finds the double.
That was a 3-for-3 trade, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, Fabian was able to secure the Lord.
That last reset for Fnatic Onic gave TLID a chance to actually contest. Flavor Fave, the usurper. There were some mistakes this game that we don't usually see, but when it comes to the Lord, it's as classic as it gets for Mr. Flavor Fave. No neutral objectives early on. The first one he gets is an enhanced Lord.
It's always that. It's always that story, right? It's quality over quantity. Now, the question is, can they actually find an advantage with this? How will they be able to manipulate the waves properly? How will they be able to utilize this to be able to take more structures away from Fnatic Onic? And it starts here. Keyboy's in position. They need to be careful, but it looks like they know where he is.
No flicker though for Keyboy, so he will not be aggressive. And Lord taken care of. Mid turret though will be the focus of TLID, and it seems like Fnatic Onic, they will let go that tier 1.
They gotta take it slow. They can't rush to anything TLID. Unfortunately for them, Fnatic Onic are great in defenses, unlike them, right? They're gonna struggle in the defense of any siege. Meanwhile, for Fnatic Onic, they have Roger, they have Valentina, and of course, the Lunox. If you have a Lord, that Lord is not a Lord. Unless it's an evolved Lord, then maybe it's a Lord. Because Calvin Winata will be able to deal with it 99% of the time. Especially with Rez. To be fair, Primal Wrath used up as well. He doesn't even need to use it at this point. But it's a slow build-up for TLID. They know that they got a small advantage, and they will utilize it slowly. Now pushing up top, playing with the waves that they have. Fnatic Onic are actually split up here, and TLID still don't want to pull the trigger, not just yet.
No, they don't want to risk it. But remember that earlier 7K plus gold advantage that Fnatic Onic had has now been taken down to 4K. Fnatic Onic do still hold the lead. They have more structures. They have the gold lead too. And it looks like they still do have the better chance of sailing into that late game. So it's still a game that Fnatic Onic should have the advantage. And so this is the ultimate test for TLID, the ultimate challenge for TLID. How do they turn this game completely around?
This book, well, for the macro game, they can obviously use the side lanes to try to split Fnatic Onic up with Fabian. But Aaron Shiki just needs to come in at the last possible minute in these team fights. He needs to be the one to clean up with Fabian. Aran and Woody are tasked with a very, very tough job here. They need to be the ones buying time against Fnatic Onic. So they can actually take a page out of RQ's book. The winner crowns will be amazing for them. That's why we already saw a winner crown for Witty. It will buy a bit more time. Rez doesn't have the winner crown, but it's CW who does. It's going to be a battle. They saw Lunox up top, I think, so TLID have the better position at the moment. Keyboy, though, look at that position. If they're not careful, they could be picked off.
It's a sandwich play.
Yeah. They're setting up for some sort of a pinch here from the, I want to say west side and as well as east side. And there you go with the conceal. Iran spots it though. That's info. Now, that's a good pull. On towards Iran. Glorious lap where Iran goes down first. Rez loses immortality, and that will be a trick for the EXP laners. Shaman Force pause off Fnatic Onic. They will reposition.
That's bad. Going for Aran is definitely not what they needed to go for. If Aran was the only one in the bush, they should have had the composure. Now without the Divine Judgment, it's going to be tough to actually lock these members down. Kaja is practically useless. Yeah, his skill.
Oh my goodness, that's Sans again, a 1v1. Gila Sans. He is going to find that solo. TLID, what will be the response now? The suppression comes through. CW finds the Mega. Weedy, the Centaur, what can he do? CW with the flicker play, trying to find Fabian, but Fabian will find a kill on towards Sans, who will lose his immortality. And that will be Fnatic Onic securing the Lord.
Yeah, they sold Fabian earlier on. Not this time. Not the second time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And Fnatic Onic, despite everything, the timing was perfect. The Divine Judgment came back just in time for them to be able to utilize that on Aaron Shiki. And it does make sense. Look at his items.
Really understanding the timers, man. Fnatic Onic knew that if the Kaja doesn't have the Divine Judgment, we should not fight. That's why they waited around the Lord, played constantly to the Lord, walked back and forth, up until Aaron Shiki got too frustrated. He wanted to go in, he wanted to go and punish Fnatic Onic, but by that time, Kibo had already gotten the Divine Judgment back. So when he went in
time.
Exactly. But still, right, that was a window that TLID weren't able to utilize because Sans was able to buy so much time by getting Yehezkiel low and actually assassinating him, giving him more time to get that cooldown back up.
Gila Sans. 8K gold lead now for Fnatic Onic in this first game. Looks like they might have that first ticket into getting to the upper brackets.
Will this be the final push of game one? Lord, 20,000 HP. Now TLID focuses on that, and that's a huge knockup. But the members of TLID, they find a return actually. They have managed to take Kyrie and Rez down, and that is TLID defending their throne.
Wait, what happened? That's a 1-for-2 trade.
It's a big shaman force.
And again, comes down to Aaron Shiki. He's the real carry once we get into the later stage of the game for TLID. If he's able to use the Zaman Force without getting caught by the Divine Judgment, it becomes a TLID win. That's why in the Lord fight earlier, Fnatic Onic were able to win. The Divine Judgment caught onto Aaron. Now it's Keyboy versus Aaron, really. That's the matchup we have to see. If Keyboy gets the lockdown, Aaron is dead. If Aaron's able to come in last, it still will take a lot more than just him getting the Zaman Force, because CW is a good counter pick against that Harith. But still, Aaron will have a chance, at least an opportunity to carry the game, especially with Fabian still around, just hovering over.
So let's see the test for TLID, right? We saw it in the Keys to Victory earlier on. It was about discipline. It was keeping a level head. It was staying cold-headed in the face of all that hype going in their heads. Aaron Shiki, can he remain patient in these scenarios, understanding that he is one of the main winning conditions for TLID now?
Man, looking at the team fights here, it'll come down to literally just paper-thin margins at this point. Like, these little mistakes will clump up. It's getting to a point where that gold lead won't really matter. For Fnatic Onic, they'll still be able to utilize the gold lead to item swap. TLID can do the same. Fabian has already lost his immortality right away. He bought immortality earlier in that fight. Now it's an evolved Lord, so it's anyone's game. If Fnatic Onic get it, it's most likely GG. If Liquid get it, they prolong the series. Unless, obviously, they get a wipeout. That's a different story. But Fnatic Onic have more ways to defend. Meanwhile, for TLID, it comes down to the fights.
Fnatic Onic, they know that the far lane here is just neutral, so maybe they're thinking that they are going to clear it. And then TLID, maybe then if one shows, it's all over. Oh, never mind. The minion is actually favoring Onic, so yeah, Fnatic Onic, they might take their time here.
Yeah, the far lane is pushing in favor of Fnatic Onic because that inhibitor turret for TLID in the bottom lane was eliminated. So it's putting TLID in a tough position and maybe forcing somebody to go for the clear. And maybe that's why we see Kibo and CW positioned in the way that they are.
Force pathway, they find CW! They know they sniffed CW in a run! Finds the flicker! Final slash on 2 or 3, they find the collapse. Kyrie, CW down. Sans might be next. There's that Aaron Shiki. Will try to deal damage, and there you go. Aaron Shiki finds the shutdown.
Oh, Rez!
Cancelled the recall by Fabian. Will Keyboy and Rez be able to find the defense?
Oh, wait a second. This 1v1, it's getting a little shaky. It's buying them a little bit more time, but
this is good.
They're not going to go for the Lord. Looks like they're going for the end instead.
Yeah, Keyboy alone. What can Kaja do? But thankfully, the minions spawn in time. Shiki trying to clear as well as deal damage. And ladies and gentlemen, the Cavalry's nay to victory. Fnatic Onic loses out the first game.
1-0 for the Cavalry against the Sky Kings. They're going against a team full of veterans, against a team with 4 rookies. A 1-0 lead for TLID has been putting them in a good position to cross over that momentum to game number 2, but that was just intelligent by TLID. They knew
very intelligent. They knew if CW gets spotted out, 100% it will be with Keyboy. Keyboy will be around CW. So they got all the information just with CW appearing.